The coronavirus pandemic has highlighted the importance of teachers in this uncertain time. Only on CBS This Morning, we're revealing the 2020 National Teacher of the Year. This year's finalists include Louisiana Social Studies teacher Chris Deere, Ohio language teacher Layla Kubish, Kansas preschool teacher Tabatha Rosproy, and Montana science teacher Linda Rost. And we are delighted to announce that the 2020 National Teacher of the Year is Tabatha Rosproy. Mrs. Tabatha, as she is known to her students, runs a preschool program housed in a retirement village. The unique learning environment is built on the interaction between the children and the grandparent volunteers. We'll talk to Tabatha Rosproy in a moment, but first, we spoke with several people who've been touched by her program.
What was one of your favorite things that you did in Miss Tabatha's class?
That's a good question.
I think the favorite lesson of mine is the love that we get shown to us and that we are able to show to them.
She loves everyone.
She loved them. She respected them. She allowed them to be themselves.
She makes us be kind to everybody.
She just pours her heart and soul into these little kiddos every day.
She just really grooves in with the children.
I'm out on a mission to put these pinwheels in my students' yards.
And even with the corona, Miss Tabatha didn't skip a beat.
She created individualized sensory bins because that's all of their favorite part of the class.
She's what every teacher strives to be.
That showed all of the aspects of learning that she has shown. Equality, love, respect.
Because she's the best teacher in the world.
Tabatha Rosproy, congratulations. What does it mean to you to receive this honor? Thank you for being with us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I am overwhelmed with joy, and hearing those clips for the first time really brought tears to my eyes. I love those people that I heard. I recognized all their voices, and this is just, I am so honored to represent what's best about education and all of the incredible, hardworking people that are the educators in our country.
Well, great teacher. There's nothing more important than a great teacher, even a good teacher, but great teachers are really special. You are the first public preschool housed in a Kansas nursing home. Can you talk to us about what this multi-generational approach to teaching does for the kids?
You know, it is the most joyful experience that you can imagine. They come into our classroom, and not only do they get love and connection from the teachers and staff, but they get it from our grandmas and grandpas, which is what we call our volunteers, the residents who live there in the retirement village. They get read to one-on-one every single day, which I couldn't do alone before. They are connected to people who are older than them, who have differing abilities, and it has built so much empathy in their hearts.
That's something I wanted to touch on, because I know you prioritize teaching empathy with your kids and teaching them to understand their own emotions.
Absolutely. I think that social emotional learning is one of the most important things that we can offer our students in preschool and at all ages. It is something that every person needs, and something that I plan to advocate for as National Teacher of the Year.
Hey, Ms. Tabatha, part of the fun of watching you was watching your face, watching the kids talk about you. It was so sweet because we could all tell that you were so touched by it. But I want to say this to you. My sister Linny is an elementary school teacher, and she says she has never heard from more parents than she's hearing now. I think everybody has a greater appreciation for the work that you do, the work that all of you all do. So what is your advice to parents who are really struggling trying to teach their kids at home?
My advice for them is to give yourself some grace. You are probably doing a lot of educational things already in your day. Teachers and staff at the school understand that right now we're in an emergency situation and you are doing your best. So, take deep breaths, do what I would coach the kids through, and remember the most important thing that you can do with your students and your kids is to connect with them through meaningful play and activities that they enjoy. Ask them open-ended questions that extend their learning and make sure they have opportunities to read.
Oh, ask open-ended questions. I like that. And what are your thoughts about going back to school in the fall? Listen, I'll bet you left class in March and haven't been back, and there's all sorts of debate on to go back to school in the fall. What's going to be the sign for you that says, yep, I'm going back?
I really trust in the health officials, and I will be listening for when it is safe to do that. The safety of my students and the residents at Cumbernauld Village, that's my top priority always. And so I will continue to do what's best for them and listen to our local health organization on when we're ready to do that.
Tabatha, we heard one of the parents say that you pour your heart into the kids. What's one of the best lessons you've learned from your students?
Recently, in the midst of this pandemic, I've learned that learning can happen anywhere at any time. A lot of what I've done is one-on-one video calls with my students and their families, and I have been on a tractor ride. I have seen a kid on a horse. I've been jumping on a bed. I have been all around families' houses, inside closets, and we are doing learning at that time. Kids are resilient, and they are ready and ripe for learning, and any environment can do that, not just within the four walls of the classroom.
Well, Tabatha Rosproy, congratulations on being National Teacher of the Year, and thank you for all you do.